If you've ever found yourself in a situation where she starts pulling away, becoming cold and distant, and you feel that rising panic inside you, know that this is the worst reaction you can have. Most men believe they need to chase after her, show even more interest, and bend over backward to win her back. But the truth is quite the opposite. What really attracts a woman back isn't your pursuit, but rather your firmness, your ability to stay in control, and your power to show that your life remains full and meaningful without her. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to turn the situation in your favor. If you follow these tips, she won't just miss you, she'll realize the mistake she made by distancing herself. It's time to take control and make her want you more than ever. Let's begin. Number 1, stop chasing. Let's get straight to the point. If you want her to want you back, the first and most crucial rule is to stop chasing her. This might seem counterintuitive, especially when all you want is to win back her affection. But here's the harsh truth. The more you chase, the more you push her away. Many men, when they realize they're losing a woman, go into panic mode. They start bombarding her with messages, calls, and desperate attempts at reconciliation, thinking that more attention will solve the problem. But what they don't realize is that this behavior only shows desperation, insecurity, and lack of emotional control. 3 traits that kill any remaining attraction. When you act this way, you're not giving her a chance to miss you, to think about you, or to wonder where you are and what you're doing. Instead of feeling nostalgic, she feels suffocated, and no one wants to be with someone who makes them feel like that. The secret here is to create mystery. Make her curious. Make her wonder why you, who used to be so available, now seem distant. Stop being always available, predictable, and easy to read. Patience is your greatest ally at this moment. It can be hard, but it's essential. Position yourself as the man who is desired, not as someone desperately trying to win back what seems lost. This requires you to control your emotions, not react impulsively, and understand the value of silence and absence. Because here's the truth. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. When you stop chasing, she starts to notice the void your absence has left. She starts thinking about you, wondering why you changed your attitude, and eventually, she starts to miss you. Moreover, stopping the chase isn't just a strategy to win her back, it's a way to reclaim your own power and dignity. When you chase, you put yourself in a position of vulnerability, begging for attention and validation. But when you stop, you reposition yourself as someone who knows his worth, someone who doesn't need to beg to be desired. And believe me, this change in attitude makes a huge difference. When you stop chasing, you change the dynamics of the relationship. Suddenly, it's she who starts wondering what happened, what changed, and why you're no longer at her feet. And that's when things start to turn around. You stop being the desperate guy she could manipulate and become the mysterious, confident man she wants back in her life. In the game of relationships, whoever panics loses. So, show her that you're confident, that you value yourself, and above all, that you don't need to beg for attention. When she realizes you're no longer available, it's very likely that she'll start reconsidering what she's lost. And that's when the power of attraction starts working in your favor. Number 2, be steady as a mountain. Masculine energy should be like a mountain, solid, unshakable, and constant. Imagine this. The woman is like the wind, unpredictable and changeable, shifting direction at any moment. But the mountain, it remains firm, no matter what happens around it. When you internalize this metaphor and apply it to your life, things start to make sense. If you want her to miss you, you need to be that mountain. Strong, stable, and unmovable. No chasing, no desperation. When you become this steady presence, focused on your life, your goals, and your purpose, something powerful starts to happen. Your strength, your focus, and your stability become irresistible. She will inevitably start to feel your absence, and that feeling can be overwhelming. Because, unlike the wind which comes and goes, You are the mountain she always knew she could count on, but perhaps forgot how important it is to have that stability around. Women are naturally attracted to men who are firm, who have a clear purpose, and who don't change their stance for any reason or momentary whim. Being this mountain doesn't mean being insensitive or distant, but rather being someone who isn't swayed by drama, uncertainties, or emotional games. It's about showing that you're a man with a solid foundation, who knows who he is and what he wants, and who isn't going to change that to please or try to win someone back. When she realizes that you haven't been shaken by the situation, that you continued firmly on your path, something will awaken in her. She'll start to question her own actions, to reflect on what she really lost, and that realization can be powerful. She begins to see that you're a man who doesn't bend in the face of difficulties, who maintains his strength and dignity above all. Be that unmovable mountain and let her realize the value of being by your side. It's not about playing games, but about being authentic in your strength. And when you can maintain this stance, not only will she, but everyone around you begin to notice the true power that emanates from you. This, my friend, is what makes the difference between being the man she leaves behind and being the man she can't forget. Number 3, focus on your priorities. A man who knows his priorities and remains true to them is without a doubt irresistible. When you are firm in your priorities, women notice this and are naturally drawn to it. They want to be with someone they can respect, someone they admire. And do you know what makes a woman lose respect for a man? When he sacrifices his ambitions, his goals, and what he considers important just to please her. That isn't attractive. It's a sign of weakness. Staying focused on what really matters in your life is essential. Don't stray from your path to try to please a woman who, at the moment, isn't valuing you. It's easy to get lost in this kind of situation, but here's the truth. If you give up on what's important to you, what makes you grow and evolve, all you'll achieve is losing her respect and, worse yet, your own self-respect. When you keep your focus on your path, on what truly matters, something incredible begins to happen. Even if she is distant now, when she sees that you continue growing, evolving, achieving your goals, she will start to see you in a different light. She'll realize that despite her distance, you weren't shaken. On the contrary, you became stronger. And that's incredibly attractive. Women want to be beside a man who has a purpose, who knows what he wants, and doesn't get distracted by momentary distractions. When you show that you're that kind of man, who doesn't give up on what's essential to your evolution, she'll want to be by your side. Not because you chased after her, not because you begged for attention, but because you proved through your actions that you are a man worthy of respect and admiration. So, focus on your priorities. Keep your eyes on what truly matters to you. When you do this, you not only improve yourself, but also become irresistible. She will see that being by your side means being with someone who is going somewhere, someone who doesn't stray from the path. And believe me, that's something she won't want to lose. Number 4, ignoring is a powerful tool. Sometimes the best response is simply no response. Ignoring a woman when she's trying to test you or manipulate your emotions is a show of strength that few men have the courage to exercise. Saying no and moving on with your responsibilities is an effective way to show that you value your time and priorities above all else. This doesn't mean being rude or indifferent, but being assertive about what truly matters to you. She might complain, she might feel bothered, but in the end, she will respect and admire you for being a man who doesn't compromise his priorities for any reason. When you choose to ignore her attempts to destabilize you, you're showing that your peace of mind and focus are non-negotiable. This isn't coldness, it's emotional maturity. Don't fall into the trap of catering to all her demands. Show that you have non-negotiable value, that you don't bend to any provocation or emotional game. This stance makes her see just how valuable you are, someone who doesn't easily yield, and inevitably, that will affect her. Women are naturally attracted to men who have a firm stance, who don't get swayed by manipulations, and who know what they want. When you become inaccessible, when you don't respond to tests and provocations, you create an air of mystery and power. She starts to wonder why you're not reacting like other men, why you're not falling for her games. And this questioning sparks an attraction that's hard to ignore. Ignoring, when done right, is a powerful tool. Show her that you're a man who doesn't get easily shaken, who knows his worth, and who doesn't need to bow down to gain attention or approval. This strength, this ability to maintain focus and ignore provocations, is what will make her see you differently, make her reconsider her actions, and eventually make her want to be by your side again. If you want to learn how to use psychological tricks to get into this woman's mind and make her act the way you expect, seeking you out and thinking only of you, read the ebook in the description of this video. After reading it, you will learn how to use your cold side to deeply affect this woman and master the art of seduction. Stop being a doormat and start being the man she truly values. Number 5, be the master of your emotions. Let's talk about a fundamental truth that many men ignore: the power of controlling your own emotions. A man who is the master of his emotions holds unparalleled power, a power that cannot be underestimated. When you master your reactions and don't let the actions of a woman or anyone else determine your mood or behavior, you become truly unbeatable. It's this inner strength that separates the men who are respected from those who are seen as weak. Controlling your emotions doesn't mean you should repress what you feel or become insensitive. On the contrary, it means you have the ability to choose how to react to each situation in a way. This is emotional maturity. When you maintain control over your emotions, you send a powerful message to the world, and especially to the woman in question. You show that you're someone who isn't swayed by impulses, who doesn't crumble in the face of provocations or challenges. Imagine the impact this has when she tries to destabilize you, either with emotional games or by testing your limits, and you don't react as expected. Instead of getting shaken, you remain firm, unmovable. She expected you to explode, to beg for attention, to give in to her whims. But instead, you stay calm, focused on your goals, and move forward without wavering. This kind of strength is rare and therefore extremely attractive. Being the master of your emotions also means you're not manipulated by circumstances. Often people, consciously or unconsciously, try to manipulate us emotionally to get what they want. They play on our fears, insecurities, and desires. But when you're the master of your emotions, these attempts fall flat. She might try to provoke you, try to make you feel jealous, or even try to push you away with disdain. But none of that works because you have full control over how you react. And that intrigues her because she's not used to dealing with someone who has so much self-control. Moreover, being the master of your emotions means you live in peace with yourself. You're not constantly at the mercy of emotional highs and lows caused by external factors. Your happiness and well-being don't depend on how others treat you or what they think of you. This emotional independence is liberating and gives you an inner strength that's visible to everyone around you. When you manage to maintain this level of control, she starts to see you differently. No longer as someone she can manipulate, but as someone she must respect. Because respect is exactly what you gain when you demonstrate that you're the captain of your own ship. Nothing and no one can throw you off the course you've set for your life. And this unshakable confidence in yourself is undoubtedly one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. So, be the master of your emotions. Don't allow anyone, not even the woman you desire, to control what you feel or how you act. Show that you're strong, confident, and know your worth. When you do this, you not only gain her respect, but also your own. And in the end, that's the kind of power that no one can take away from you. Number 6, show value, not by begging, but by demonstrating. Instead of begging for love or attention, show your value through your actions and achievements. Talking about how good you are or how much you deserve to be valued won't get you anywhere. Words are empty if not backed up by actions. So, instead of trying to convince her of your value, let her realize it on her own. How? By working on yourself, investing in your passions, and striving to be the best version of yourself every day. When you dedicate yourself to your personal growth, your professional development, and the pursuit of your dreams, you naturally stand out. Your energy changes, your confidence increases, and this becomes visible to everyone around you, including her. There's no need to shout from the rooftops about how valuable you are. Your actions speak for themselves. They show that you're a man in constant evolution, someone who doesn't need external validation to feel complete or confident. And this, in itself, is something that attracts women almost magnetically. They're drawn to men who have direction, who are constantly progressing, and who, above all, know their worth without needing others to tell them. When you demonstrate your value through your actions, she starts to see you in a different light. She realizes that you're not the type of man who begs for attention, but someone who values himself enough to let his achievements speak for him. And here's the key. It's not about impressing her or doing something just to gain her approval. It's about living your life with purpose, pursuing your goals with passion, and being a man who, regardless of any relationship, is focused on his own growth and fulfillment. When you adopt this stance, you become irresistible, not because you're trying to please her, but because you're being authentic, true to yourself and what you believe in. Number 7, become the prize. Change the narrative. Instead of thinking you need to win her over, understand once and for all, you are the prize. Men who see themselves as the prize don't chase desperately. They know they have something valuable to offer, and that any woman would be lucky to be by their side. When you adopt this mentality, something powerful happens. Your entire posture changes. You're no longer trying to convince anyone of your worth. You're waiting for her to show she's worthy of being by your side. This kind of confidence is irresistible. When you see yourself as the prize, you behave differently. You're not worried about pleasing or gaining her approval at any cost. Instead, you keep your standards high, knowing that whoever truly deserves to be by your side will strive for it. This is the kind of mentality that attracts because women want to be with men who have self-confidence, who see themselves as someone worthy of being pursued, not someone who needs to beg for attention. And here's the crucial point. Being the prize isn't about being arrogant or pretentious, but about having a deep respect for yourself and what you bring to a relationship. It's knowing that you don't need to change who you are to please someone, but that any relationship in your life should add value, not subtract. When you internalize this, you become magnetically attractive. Women are attracted to men who know their worth, who have a clear vision of who they are and what they want. When you become the prize, you redefine the dynamics of the relationship. You stop being the guy who chases and become the man they want to win over. And this shift in perspective makes all the difference. She will realize that to be by your side, she needs to show that she's worthy of your time, attention, and affection. And that's when you take control, because you know the true prize here is you. Number 8, let her feel the weight of your absence. This is the final blow, the most powerful move you can make. Let her feel the weight of your absence. Sometimes the most effective way to make a woman realize how important you are is to disappear from the equation. If you're always available, always present, she starts to take you for granted, a given in her life. But when you step back, when you give her the space to realize what she's lost, it can be a real awakening. It's not about playing games, but about valuing yourself enough not to always be within reach, not to be a constant she can ignore. Let her feel the void your absence leaves, the silence that was once filled by your presence. And that void, that silence, can be deafening. She'll realize that what seemed to be just a given presence was, in fact, the foundation of something much bigger, something she can no longer ignore. When she feels this absence, when she wakes up to the reality that you're no longer there waiting, that's when you'll have the power in your hands. The power to decide how or if you want to reopen that door. Because believe me, absence speaks louder than any words, and it's in absence that true value is revealed. If she truly values you, she will realize how much you mean in her life. And if she doesn't, then you know you made the right choice by stepping away. Let her feel the weight of your absence and watch how the game changes. Because when you value yourself enough to walk away, you not only reclaim your power, you completely redefine the dynamic, and the power of decision becomes yours. And that, my friend, is the true definition of strength. If this video helped you see things differently, don't forget to like, share with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to the channel for more content that gets straight to the point. Remember, you are the only one responsible for your life and your destiny. Choose to be strong, choose to be the master of your emotions, and never, ever forget your worth. See you in the next video. Stay firm on your path, and don't settle for anything less than the respect and admiration you deserve.